The king has gone insane.
He is a proponent of a theory called animal magnetism.
He's capable of anything.
Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm trying something new, a game preview video where I talk about specific upcoming games that I'm pretty excited about. Today we have Steelrising, a Souls-like adventure game within an alternate history setting. The story. It is 1789, and the French Revolution was quelled by King Louis XVI with his mechanized clockwork army. Furthermore, His Royal Highness has brought chaos to the land of Paris, destroying most of it and driving people to board themselves in their homes. Thus, his mechanized army now roam the streets of Paris, keeping an order created under chaos. Aegis, a former automaton dancer turned bodyguard of Queen Marie Antoinette, is sent to find her children and bring down King Louis, the Queen's own husband, to bring an end to his tyranny. Presentation. Set in clockwork punk Paris that has been brutalized by King Louis, the environments are beautiful but rusty, grim, and dark. Fire and ash are a common sight, with disturbing and strange-looking automats roaming about, waiting for their next victim. Enemy designs are interesting. They consist of robots and they take the shape of living things that you are familiar with, like a snake that breathes fire with blades for legs, or even metal dogs. Again, all enemies give out that rusty clockwork vibe with cogs and clash of steel as they traverse around the area, looking for their next target. Gameplay. Steelrising seems to take inspiration from multiple Souls-like games like Dark Souls, Sekiro, and Bloodborne. Like the Souls games, you have a stamina bar that depletes every time you attack, and checkpoints that refill your health and consumables. Like Sekiro, you can traverse the world using your grappling hook. However, Steelrising has some innovations of its own, like the ability to instantly recover your stamina with a perfectly timed press of a button. This battle mechanic brings another layer of risk or reward. If you miss the button press, Aegis become immobile for a little while and your stamina charges even slower than before. Mastering the button press will see you smashing machines for days. Like typical Souls-like, you collect souls, or anima essence in Steelrising, and you get to spend these at checkpoints, or risk losing them all. There are quests to take on, and an obliterated Paris to explore. However, it isn't an open world game. It is more like, once again, Dark Souls, where you can open gates which connect to other areas that you have previously explored and a checkpoint. There are a multitude of weapons that you can wield as Aegis, from deadly fans and chains to dual swords and muskets. Being a former dancing automaton, you could dance around your enemies, performing spins with your blades or fire your gun in the coolest way possible. Yes, there are guns in this game, but they are more for utility, like slowing down enemies, rather than overtly taking them down by going guns blazing. Despite the faster pace, combat is still methodical, and it is all in the timing and positioning. It is a Souls-like after all. Mini-bosses are reasonably challenging and require your attention, dodging and hacking at them when there is an opening. The real challenge is one of the main bosses that you will encounter, Bishop Lacitte, a little robot and a bigger robot that rolls around on a ball. In his hands are fiery blades and a Bible on a chain. This boss switches up your combat style, as you'll need to jump into the air to deal melee damage to him, while he tries to beat you down with his sword and throw his Bible at you. Ever get hit by the Bible? Man, does it hurt! If the combat is too difficult for you, there are settings in this game that you can change to make it less like a Souls-like and more like a cruise with the assist mode. You can reduce damage taken or retain your anima essence upon death, or regain your stamina faster. But who the hell does that in a Souls game? My first impressions. I find the story to be quite intriguing. Not many games explore this timeline. Well, not many games that I've played anyway. The only game that I've played that has any connection to the French Revolution is Assassin's Creed Unity. I love alternate history story games. It really brings a whole new narrative to what could have happened, while still grounding us back to reality. Even though this timeline has mechanized clockwork robots, which totally wasn't a thing back in 1789, I hope. I'm really looking forward to see how this story further develops, and what other alternate historical figures we will meet along the way. I mean, what's Napoleon doing while all this is happening? The setting and gameplay are pretty cool, and I'm so into it. I love Souls games. Dark Souls 3 has got to be one of my favorite games of all time. The methodical and calculated movements that you have to make in order to defeat your enemies bring a certain high, especially once you best a boss that has ripped my guts out 1,000,000 times over and obtaining its loot, as if you have just been given a reward for defeating an ugly beast. What a feeling! This game releases on the 8th of September this year, which is not very far away for the Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, and PC. So what do you think about Steelrising? Let me know in the comments below. I'll see you guys in the next video.